Hey everybody, welcome back. So in the last video, I was going over the other options we had for local development and why today we're going to be going over, we're going to be using Triple V. So when I navigate over to the website, as you can see here, we have a local development environment for WordPress and PHP, approachable development environment with a modern server configuration. It's ideal for developing themes and plugins as well as for contributing to WordPress core. So you can help them out when you're a good developer. So it's really easy to set up. It's going to require us to download some software, but it's going to be really easy. We're going to do it in less than 5 minutes. So let's get started. Now I click install Triple V. Now I already have these opened, Vagrant, Git, and VirtualBox, but I should note that this command here for Mac is not working. We're going to actually use the command from their GitHub, but yeah, don't use that. I don't know why it's, we're just not even going to decipher that because the one from GitHub works, right? So let's get started. I'm moving over here to the Git, and it says right here, download for macOS, install Homebrew if you don't already have it. Now, if you haven't heard of Homebrew before, if you're going to be a developer for Mac, this is going to be essential. It's a package manager for Mac, and all we have to do is copy and paste this command here. Now, I already have it installed, and I believe that I can check it by just typing in brew-v. So as you can see, I have version 4, and I install it globally. All of this stuff I'm going to install globally. If some of the other tutorials had you install it per project, then I'm sorry to hear that. But you need to install it locally, and you can tell if it's installed locally by, I'll show you the commands, but it's brew-v, and then we would brew install git. So then after homebrew is installed, then you would copy and paste this command. I already have git, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then I would go over here for VirtualBox, go to Mac, and then I think it's going to start an automatic download. So yeah, it's taking forever. But yeah, so you're going to download VirtualBox. It's going to be just more of a traditional download. You're not going to, download it through Homebrew. And then Vagrants, we're going to download through Homebrew. Now, the reason why Homebrew, why a package manager is way better than just downloading a zip file is because, and then I would paste it there and install it. The reason why Homebrew is better than downloading a zip is because you can keep track of your versions, and you can also containerize your software. So if you want to uninstall something, you can just uninstall it through Homebrew. All right, so now that all that's done, assuming you didn't run into any issues, if you did, just let me know and I can solve them. But we're going to go over here to the GitHub. So as you can see, the URL here, and so it has a fair amount of contributions here, mainly aimed at WordPress developers. All right, so from here we are going to clone this repository and then run these two commands inside the folder that that the git clone is going to create. So we would go up here to code. This account, I have SSH set up, but this account is a new GitHub account, so I don't have it set up for this one. But assuming that I did, and this wasn't here, I would copy this. I would go to my terminal. I would type in git clone, and then I would paste the URL, and it's going to create a triple V directory or folder. Same thing. And once it created that, and I'm just going to navigate to it. As you can see, I've already done all this, so it's already there. Now, once I'm in there, then I would copy this, and I'm going to paste it in here. And what this does is it's going to install the plugin it needs to run, and then provision is kind of like a first time, you know, it's something you would run at first, but you're not going to run Vagrant up provision all the time. But once all that is done, what you are going to do is run Vagrant up. All right, and so you just run Vagrant up in your V folder to start the environment, and then you run Vagrant halt when you are finished, and it will shut down the machine. And what it's doing is creating a virtual machine for our environment. So it's it's a little bit like Docker, but it's a little bit different. And yeah, so this is going to take a little bit. So I'm just going to pause it, and I will see you guys when it's done. All right, welcome back. So if any of you had any issues with the password, it's just your system password. As you can see, we have a nice little setup, and we're going to go back to our GitHub, and when it's done, visit our local URL, and it's that easy. It's that easy. We have PHP myadmin, which we can pop into right here, and PHP info, PHP status. So it has a nice little GUI here, and we're going to check out, and it comes with 2 fresh installs. And you can see our folder structure. It's going to be PHP 7.4. And yeah, and then there's other ways to add sites. It's not too difficult, but yeah. So this is going to take a little while for this to load, but let me fast forward here. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, we have access to our database right here, and we have our default front page. And when we go to our back end, as you can see, we have a fresh, clean setup. It does everything for you, and you can get to making a website immediately. And so this is our local setup. And as I mentioned before, in case you're new, we have a local setup and we have a live setup. Some people, for example, we have our live website, and you type in wp-admin and they code here on the live. That's called cowboy coding. We don't want to do that, but sometimes it happens. Now, to stop everything, we go back to our folder and we type in Vagrant halt. All right. It's not going to delete anything. It's just going to shut down the virtual machine, and you can get started another day. But that's it. We set up our local environment. In the next video, we're going to set up an account with DigitalOcean so that you can push your website to live. In our case, we're probably just going to upload the theme once we created it on our local. But when we get a little more advanced, we may set up some sort of integration pipeline to deliver our changes. So anyways, have a great day, and watch my other videos. Peace.